Hello, welcome back to Snowrunner, Season 16. We are currently at 54%. So, we are going to finish this off. You guys, I'm sure, remember the nightmare that I had yesterday. Getting the FLD through here. Kind of a self-inflicted nightmare. Not that it's not a capable truck, just that it sits a little low for toting that trailer. And with the ridiculously low-hanging bars that are on no trailer anywhere in the world, that did not make the job any easier. But we now, in order to complete this task, we need 2 concrete blocks. And of course, we all know those concrete blocks come from where? Salton River Mountains. So, off to the mountains we go. I should have a couple of trucks reasonably close that I can pick those up with. I mean, by reasonably close, they're all up here. So, I think, the Tatra might be the only one that's got the right configuration to carry 2 of those. Oh, no, we have the Mac Defense up here. What else is up here? Tatra, Mac Defense, and looks like the P12. So we are going to use the Mac Defense. We're going to get this contract done. We fought with it and fought with it and fought with it. We ain't fighting no more. Pickup point's just down the hill. Drop-off's not far away. Now what I may end up doing is dropping that trailer right where it sits and just driving the FLD out of there as is, bringing a different truck in to take the trailer back. We are not going to go barreling down this hill, as tempting as it may be. Here, pick up our blocks. We should have more than enough cement in there to make them. See, now the pickup arrow behind me there's a trailer that's to be used for a different task all the way up here. But that trailer contains everything necessary to complete that other task. Hey, Eagles, made it in early tonight. Welcome in, welcome in. We are going to get over here, get stuff loaded, bring morning time around, and go get this contract finished. Oh, look at that. Those are pop-up barricades. You know the funny thing about pop-up barricades, if you hit them hard enough with a heavy enough truck, you'll blow the hydraulics out and they collapse. Been eyeing on Discord hiding. Nice. Oh. So we need to go this way, then this way, and I get 2 of them for 1, so we will just craft what we need, and don't ask me why I did that. 1 and 2. And time of day, oh, at 10 o'clock at night, 6 a.m. Michael says hello from Hetland. So did you make it to Reed City yet? Yep, done for the day. Digesting your Burger King before you find the local IPAs at the gas station. Nice. Yeah, if you were to run 131 south to exit 97, you would be within about 5 miles of me. So I had to dig one of my mixing bowls out to give Sam for a water bowl, because I came home today and he had poked holes in both sides. He had one of those double-sided plastic dishes. He poked holes in both sides of it so it will no longer hold water. So it was funny, I grabbed a stainless steel mixing bowl, put his water in, and put food in both sides of the dish, and he got looking at the dish like, what the heck? Alright, let's grab a little fuel here. Holy water. No water in that holy dish. Yeah, I'm talking about what you did. I think had I taken the more conventional route through the sawmill and everything, it still would have been a bit of a struggle, but I don't think it would have been that bad of a struggle. The FLD just does not sit up high enough to drag that trailer across the route that I drug it. And if y'all couldn't tell, frustration levels were high. Hey, Steve. About to finish this water line of defense up. And it's not even taking me 2.5 hours to do the second part. Well, I shouldn't say it yet because I haven't got there with the concrete blocks. But I don't see this little stretch taking me 2.5 hours. All right, 1 and 2. Water line of defense. Thank you so much. With your help, our water pumping system has been repaired and is now locked and loaded for any emergencies. We can't thank you enough for your help in this critical moment. 2,090 XP and 24,500 cash. Almost makes it worth the struggle. All right. Cellulose 4 of. Where does that pick up at? I mean, it delivers there. Oh, and look, there's a trailer there. Okay, that's doable. All right, and like I said, we're going to let something else come out here and pick up the trailer that the, FLD has on board. So we are going to bring the FLD back, refit it for low saddle and a crane, and go out there and get that cellulose. Michelle, good evening. Can't complain about my day, but you know, I can't speak for everybody else, so. Well, not that FLD. That FLD. Yeah, I can't speak for everybody else, but on my end, I can say that it went pretty good. Hey, how'd that get there? All right. We need crane and a low saddle. All right, now let's go get us a trailer and some celluloid. Real autumn leaves. Now you're just north. Yeah, just north of me. Not far away at all. Heading to Tennessee. Nice. Tennessee's nice this time of year too. You know what? I could probably get away with just a little all-wheel. Don't need to slow it down that much. Push that thing right off out of the way. Ooh. Ow, guess I came off there a little too fast. Leaves are the best we've seen, even from North Carolina and West Virginia the last few days. Nice. I mean, if you like leaves, I'll let you stop by here and I'll hand you a rake and you can take a few home with you. I mean, really, I don't mind. You can take all the leaves you'd like. Uh-oh. Interesting, interesting. A way around all that mess if you really don't want to take it. Do you now them and rake too? Or do you mean mow them? Do I mow them? For the most part, I do have a lawn sweeper that I tow behind my mower, but my mower here recently has decided it don't want to start due to a chipmunk issue that has apparently decided it wanted to mess with my wiring. So I've got to fix the thing. which might happen Saturday. The boss is going to be gone for his anniversary and decided we're not going to work Saturday. So I have a little extra time. So maybe I'll take some of that time and go outside and work on the tractor. Because my mower's a, yeah, squirrel, I mean chipmunk. Yeah. My mower is not just a riding lawnmower. It's actually from back in the day when a garden tractor was a tractor. Just a small version of a tractor. Like it's 3-point hitch capable and everything. New trailer discovered after I've already released it. We're going to drag the trailer out. Then we'll load it, one at a time. Say, cellulose is one heavy cargo. Seen first snow around Halloween or shortly after. Yeah, it's kind of the way it is here too. Yeah, lake effect snow. You know what's funny is it wasn't that long ago they didn't actually call it lake effect snow, they just called it snow. And then somebody decided it had to have a more scary sounding name. In Cornwall, north side of the lakes. Okay. Alright. Let's see if I can reach the other two and at least drag them up here. Or get them close so I can throw them on there after I'm attached. About 16 years ago, you got snow and ice this time of year while the leaves were still on the trees. Oh yeah. Come on. There you go. Lift your happy butt up there. I've got FLD in redemption mode. I guess I gotta attach the trailer first. I'm gonna pack what's there. I like it. I didn't even have to load that one. It was just sitting next to the trailer. I mean, you can't ask for more than that now, can you? That was a load of cellulose that just wanted to go in there. It knew where it belonged. Never saw that before. That must be a radius thing, yeah. First time it's ever happened for me. I'll take it though. I mean, I fully expected to be picking it up off the ground. There you go. That's what you were supposed to grab the first time around. Where's Gareth? I need a shortcut over top of a guardrail. I think I have a much better shortcut in and out of that log station than what the going over the guardrail thing was. I know MJ don't watch other people's stuff till he's through just because he doesn't want the spoilers. But perhaps I should send him a little clip of where the shortcut is at that I take, getting in and out of there. So he doesn't see the whole thing, just the shortcut. So usually about 15-20 minutes before bed, I stop playing with Sam because I want him to calm down a little bit before bed. And last night he was so desperate to keep playing, I had literally every one of his toys in the chair with me. He just kept bringing a different toy over, thinking, oh well, the first one wasn't good enough, so maybe he wants to play with this one. The look on his face was just adorable, for lack of a better word. There's a dog the size of a boar when you got to the truck stop. Looks like a bear cub. Oh yeah. Can't imagine that food budget. So the truck stop you're at, would that be the mobile truck stop right off the exit? Shell next to Burger King? Okay, so you're right across the street from Mobile then, if I remember right. It's been a while since I've been up there, so. Heck, it's probably been 15 years since I've been up to Reed City. Hey, VTech. Welcome in. Real Play factory in the area. Prime Inc. has a yard with like 50 trailers. There are products that you take care of. Nice. Is that who you drive for? Is Prime? Alright, this is where you want to slow down a little bit. I did hear that Prime's lease purchase program is one of the better ones that you can get involved with. Tomorrow you're going to Berlin? Oh, that'd be fun. I mean, it'd be fun for me, having never been there. I don't know how often you're in Berlin. Smaller company, you haul mostly Prime reefer trailers? Okay. Alright, we're gonna take Steve's favorite route. But with a slight alteration, because I was noticing this the last time I took this route. And it seems like it's something that will pretty much eliminate the danger zone. It all depends on how easy you get through here. Pretty close to you, like 200 kilometers. Okay. Yeah, that's not far. Alright, which way do I want to go for the drop off here? Right or left? Okay, I gotta go across the bridge yet. So I need my other little shorty cut. Well, I can go all the way around, I suppose. Except this is faster. You know what? Let me bring her back to morning here. Never fail. So there's a few good shortcuts around here. You just gotta know how to find them. Wild River Scout Camp. Just downloading Roadcraft on PTS, wondering what's new. Well, supposedly one of the things they're working on, there's not really a lot of new stuff. They're using it to test out and see if they've managed to fix the stuttering problem and things like that. At least that's what the notification last week said. All right, 4 cellulose. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Inspiration delivery. You've done well. The kids at the camp are very grateful, and we were sure this couldn't have been done without you. Thanks for your fast and professional work. 480 XP, 5,550 cash. We'll take that. All right. Well, we're not going to do the fuel carrier semi-trailer, that fuel carrier semi-trailer yet, because we have another fuel carrier semi-trailer that needs taken care of. But given its current location and the struggle that I went through, we are not going to use the FLD to get that one. I know it seems unfair to the FLD, but that's just the way it has to be. Alright, what have we got out and about that we could use? What percent am I at? Well, when I started tonight, I was still at 54%. We are now currently at 56%. So I've gained 2% so far. Moving right along. 47 out of 93 missions finished. Okay. So anyhow, trucks. You know, we're going to use this guy for it, I think. But we got to get that turned in and sold. And if anybody's wondering why it's up here, that was just because of my test run to see how well it reacted on here, and it actually has an extra large hitbox, so the trailer itself will never meet evenly with the frame add-on, so it's still, you still end up picking the trailer up when you're trying to go over the hills. Even though it's the only one that the frame add-on seems to fit correctly. Bells must know you're up here. Might have to get some two-hearted. I'm still working my way through that Stella that I picked up. Not a heavy drinker, just like a cold one every once in a while. But I will say this, Steve's recommendation was a very good recommendation. I was impressed that it stayed packed on here, because the history of this trailer seems to be unfolding itself when you're trying to do something. Okay, so now you can go back in the garage, get refitted with a low saddle, and we're going to take a full trailer up there with us. Low saddle. It's just a shame that there's no roof rack for this thing. Oh, I almost forgot my action. Oh, I gotta steal the tires too. I still got chains on these tires. Can't do that. Tires. Tires is what wins a race. Gonna try the M1070A or F, like you mentioned the other day. Still haven't tried either. Let's see now. Poor, excellent, excellent. Average, excellent, excellent. Am I? I may try it at some point. I haven't downloaded either one of them yet. Right, turn right to go left. There appears to be another task box over there that I haven't discovered yet. Send some pics and reviews. What do you do? Need to do a thorough drive in Belmont soon. Oh yeah. I can't speak on Belmont, but you know what would be a good testing ground? Return to Michigan. If they can make it through that map, they'll make it through any of them. Or you can take him to one of Remo's maps, take him to the Pembina oil fields. Where am I taking this tanker? This tanker, I am going to bring all the way up to this corner of the map, and I'm going to park it up by this gateway, because I have to pick this tanker up and bring it all the way back down to the garage. So, pretty much I'm just replacing my gateway fuel station. The other one must be empty. It's real close to being empty. I have to have 10% in it when I turn it in. It's actually a hair above 10%. And it's getting real close to that mark right now. I think there's like another 60 gallons I can pull out of it. So, and pretty much almost all of the fuel tankers I have sitting around are all in need of replacement. But instead of driving out there empty and dragging that one back, then having to take one out, go out there full and pick it up, and then I'm only doing the trip once. Through a drive through the tough triumphant trough. Tear it up. Sam likes using what I call his nipper teeth. The little teeny tiny ones just in front of his fangs. And he tears everything up because he chews on it with them and pulls at it. I can't believe that I'm close enough for that to be showing up on the screen already. Is that the one by the sawmill? Well, okay, yeah, that's the one that's showing on the map. That's not the one I'm doing right now, though. I just haven't changed the task. That's why that's showing up already. Thank you for mentioning that, Steve. Yep, Northwest Gateway one is the one I'm doing. I just haven't changed the task. Again, for all those of you that don't like the 64131, you know, if he's just same speed, not real fast, not real slow, same speed all the way through, doesn't care. Doesn't care what terrain it's on. That's the first bit of damage I picked up. That was probably just my fault for not avoiding the rock. Yeah, I'll switch the task over once I get up there and get this dropped off before I pick the other one up. Workhorse, yes it is. I like the ones that'll just plow right through and they don't care what they're plowing through. Drive gooder. What's wrong with my driving? Well, let's scratch last night's video out of it and then we'll ask that question. Everybody forget about last night's stream and then we'll say, what's wrong with my driving? But even that was my fault for taking the truck on a unexplored route with a trailer way bigger than it should have been pulling in the first place. What did I do last night? It was the first half of the waterline defense contract. Used the FLD to pull the 6-slot trailer with all the pipes on there, and we came out this gate, and we came this way around, which is a lot of up and down, and because of that, the trailer was dragging itself in the dirt the whole time. Flipped the truck a couple of times. Had to get the Kenworth 963 with the crane on it out there to rescue it more than once. Almost got the Kenworth stuck. Oh yeah. It was a shameful experience. Frustration levels were high on my part. Resisted every urge in my body to start cussing and swearing at it. Uh-oh. Come on. There we go. Stupid tree roots. Yeah, we were discussing the elephant. Well, the FLD's only problem really was the fact of how low it sits pulling that trailer. So the rails that run along the bottom side of that trailer were catching on every hill. Every time the truck would start to go downhill and the trailer was still going uphill, it would drag. Change the weather in Belmont to snow. That could be interesting, yeah. Alright, how close am I? Oh, I'm getting there. Still think the game was trolling me? Yeah, there were periods of time where I was trying to winch with the 963 to the front of the FLD, and the front winch points on the FLD just wouldn't show up. So I had to pull it from the side, trying to go forward. I was like, what? It was a struggle. Oof. Hey! Leave me alone. Well, that's pretty good. We only burned up 30 gallons of fuel getting here. I got Sam's elbow right on my toe. Not that he cares. I know the guy in that grocery getter is going to be awful mad when he comes out and decides it's time to leave and he's got a semi-truck blocking him in. Hey, at least I could get the start tracking thing done pretty quick. All I got to do is that. $64131, one of the most fuel efficient trucks in the game. Yeah, it's great on fuel. I mean, 1 gallon a minute sitting here at an idle, and that's permanent all-wheel drive, permanent diff lock. Got to get around all them stray logs that are all messed up. Oh, let's take this route this time around. Slow the wheels down a little bit. Yeah, it was the go-to truck early on. Absolutely. I think I had jumped to Tamir just so that I could buy it, and then jumped back to Alaska with it. Your Freightliner Cascadia has 8 batteries. Will run the AC or heat for hours and maybe start for an hour to charge once or twice. Depends on if you're running a gaming laptop, which sucks a lot of batteries. Yeah, microwaves tend to really suck the juice too. I know when I had my Sentry class, if I fired up the microwave, the freaking low battery alarm would kick on like yesterday, start screaming at me. Usual auto start at 12.2 volts. Yeah, I'm not real sure what the settings were at on my Sentry class. It was kind of set from the factory. Off to bed? Alright, Steve. Have yourself a good night, brother. See, there's that sloppy way we could have gone. We are just about back across. Never a Kiss fan, but Ace died. I couldn't even begin to tell you who that was either. I like a lot of the music that Kiss had, but, and again, I couldn't tell you the names of any of their songs, really. I'm one of these people that's just like, hey, I like this song, and not know the name of the song or the group doing it. There's very few artists out there that I can name the artist and the song. Have Sirius XM, so you see song titles when you drive. Yeah, I had Sirius XM when I was driving too. You almost have to have the satellite radio going in a truck, because especially like you get into North Carolina, you can't maintain a radio station. There are so many, every decimal point on the radio has its own radio station. So you constantly got one station walking on the other one. Set up a playlist based on different artists. Well, it's getting just about time to bring her back around the morning. Can we stop in the middle of the lake here and change that? It's never gone wrong sitting in the middle of the lake to change time, right? Not in a 64131. Yeah, kind of knew I was going to clip that tree. The slid just a little bit coming over there and through my turning radius. Back for a short beer run. Don't do anything stupid. I make no promises, sir. Which one of those was my route? Okay. Here. To here. To here. And over. Yeah, that does tend to be a bit precarious going that way around. Take that. I'd say I picked the right truck for this job. We'll get this delivered. I'm going to have to go grab something to drink myself. So remember, guys, stay hydrated. Drink them if you got them. If you ain't got them, go get them. I can't wait till, I don't like the cold, but I kind of want it to get cold so that the flea season stops. Because even with the flea and tick medication, it still doesn't keep them all off of them, and I hate seeing Sam scratch at fleas. Not really a lot you can do about it either, because living out in the not so much country but not in the city like I am, kind of in betweenish, you're not going to do a whole lot. When you let them out to go to the bathroom, they're going to get on them. Not as bad as without medication, but really, that'd be a good spot to park a fuel trailer too. So that way when you're driving through there from the one map to the next, you got a spot to top off halfway through. Ian, good day. How are you doing this fine morning for you, evening for me? All right, Fuel Road, great job. We appreciate your help, especially considering the difficulty of the task. The tank has been delivered and the fuel is now ready to be used at the warehouse. Thanks a lot for your efficiency. 550 XP, $6,200 cash. We'll take that. kill the engine here. And I will be right back in a moment. All right, I am back. I think at this point, just in case I don't have that activated, are there any other tasks that have popped up in here? Well, just in case will be the last task on this map. So you know what? We're going to go over there. We're going to activate that, see what it involves. And we may go ahead and do just in case and have all the tasks in the national park done. Alright, show task. Just in case. Hey, now that the water reservoir is fine, do you think you could fill our tanks? Just in case a fire starts somewhere? Details. We need 582 gallons of water delivered to the tanks by the garage. And we're picking it up at the reservoir. Yeah, we can do that. I should have a truck in the garage somewhere for that one. Well, let's start tracking. Oh, truck stowage. Does this guy got a water tank? I don't hardly ever use this truck. It's not one of my favorite ones. Mainly just because I just haven't found a good purpose for it. But Nope, she's got a fuel tank. No water tank. So we'll go back down to looking for the one I was looking for. Delta Sierra. You love the Dan? I don't know. I wouldn't say I don't like it. I just don't like it enough to use it very often. Tell me I don't have one. There it is. Knew I had one. The fire tank is on there. So we are good to go. Let's see something. Huh, I wonder if that's going to be enough. 1,100 liters out of 2,200 liters. I'm not sure what that converts to gallons, but well, there's some of it. We got 291 of it done. Basically half. In fact, I believe that is exactly half. Oh yeah, like I said, I've used it before, just not very often. Oh, what way do I want to take to get there? Do we go this way? Let's go this way because we've done the other route multiple times today. In fact, we will take the entire top route. Probably cut across here though. I think we can shortcut some of that. That is something we're going to try. Experimentation time, guys. If any truck can do it, it's the Dairy Special. There we go. There's our route laid out. And there I am back up to my old antics of releasing the parking brake and then starting the engine. The nice thing about using this one for hauling water, or even if you put the fuel tank on there, is it sits nice and low, so it's not likely to be tippy with the heavier cargo. That one didn't want to eat. Just think, if they moved that ladder on the back to a side instead of directly in the middle, you could pull a trailer with it still. I'm just looking at stuff. See if there's anything I missed. Old Sam always wants attention when I'm on a curvy part of the road. It's a good puppy dog. Nope, we don't hit signs. Not if we don't have to. Signs are deadly. They wrote a song about that. Signs, signs everywhere, signs. Blocking up the scenery, breaking my mind. Do this, don't do that. Can't you read the signs? Thank you very much. I'll be here all week. Of course, it occurred to me I have not checked to see what I have for tires on this. Make sure I have the correct tire. Let's see if we can go straight across here. I mean, that's a short little U-turn there. Oh, the nose is in the way. Gary's not going to let me climb that. Ow! I'm going to say that better have been like a 10 and a 4, but I think that was 104. Come on. Come on. Not there. You dumb thing. Not that button. Why are you on there? Oh, of course, you know what would have probably helped me getting up there? I probably could have done it if I'd have done that. All I had to do was raise the suspension just a little bit. Actually, I'm glad I did raise it where I did, because I would have been stuck in that mud hole. I think I'm coming up to that little turn off there that I wanted to take. Not sure how well it'll work. Depends on the camber of the hill. Hey, look, there's a campsite. Really? I grabbed it from the front instead of from the side, because, well, that everybody knows that's where you want to do that when you're trying to rescue yourself. Well, it's not a bad little shortcut. Except for where you end up in the mud hole at. And if the positioning of the mud hole is the worst thing you got to deal with on that, I'd say it's worth it. Just be careful coming out that you don't flip over like I almost did. Back that one up a little bit. Of course, really, in reality, I would almost say the fastest route would have been to go through Salt River Mountains and come around. Because then you come out the other gateway directly above where you're loading, and it's 90% paved roads. It's just a shame that the last time I put this guy in storage, I didn't have a full tank on there. I would have been able to complete the task without even coming up here. Water management. There we go. In fact, we will take the roadway back. Pretty sure that the good Lord gave me the bestest puppy ever. Sorry to everybody else that thinks they have the best puppy, but no, I'm pretty sure I do. There's the scarecrow. I said my toe. What about your toe? Oh, that was from where I hit the rock? Oh, hold on. Let's fire up the old beacons. couple more curves and we'll be back on the pavement. That will instill some confidence in your driving, won't it? Never gonna second guess yourself here. It's great because like a truck like this where you're basically sitting in front of or on top of your steers, you have to turn much later than you feel like you should be when you're inside. Right. Question for the group. I know if you're playing on somebody else's save and say they have season 16 and you don't, you can still play on their save. I also know that if they are using mod trucks, you have to have the same mod trucks that they do. Now the question is, if they are using a mod map, do you have to have that map downloaded in order to play on their mod map? King Blaze, hello there. Of course, how else would you play the map? Well, and like I said though, if I didn't have season 16 and I was playing with somebody that had season 16, I could still play it, even though I don't have it on mine. But I don't know if that works true in the modded versions of maps or not. Hey, Adam. we need to bring daylight back around. It has gotten really dark really fast, but I love looking at the stars. Let's bring her back around. Oh yeah, 10 o'clock at night. Well, no, not everybody gets it, because if you haven't purchased the season, you're not going to get that update for it. I don't know. Just a thought. Right, but like I know on mod maps too, even if you put a Navistar on the mod map and I have not purchased the Navistar add-on, I cannot access the Navistar on your mod map. It won't exist for me. How challenging am I finding Washington on my season reversal? Oh, it's real challenging on that one, because although I have my DLC trucks available, I don't have any upgrades for any of them. So you're running with the basic engine, basic gearbox, no raised suspensions. The only trucks I got any upgrades for are the ones that you get in Washington. Bunch of them you don't have any all-wheel drive for. Yeah, that definitely makes it a lot harder. Yeah, that's why you can't use them in a mission, because it's not universally accessible. Do I think a stock Tega could do it? Ooh, I don't know. I mean, there'd be one way to find out, would be to buy a Tega stock and not make any changes at all. You know, and try to drive it around on this map. Would probably have to hook it up and pull a couple bigger trailers to try it. I mean, Tega is a good truck. Oh, beacons. Of course, then it's got the wrong thing up on the Tega can do anything. Well, I'll tell you what. I will, when we get back to the garage, The next contract that keeps popping up is that one bringing the fuel trailer from the sawmill to the helipad. I will buy a Tega and do nothing to it other than a paint job, because, well, paint jobs are free, and we'll see how that Tega does. I do have the jack tires available to me in my reversal, just because it was a bought DLC. So I will put on whatever the best jack tires available for it are. They're probably going to be jack 2s. And then we'll take it and we'll go grab us a fuel trailer and haul it to the helipad. Trying to think of ways to start your impossible mode. The Glades Tega is the only one you can get for free with highway tires on the CK 1500. No Tega on a reversal though. Comes from Tamir. Nope, the 3 base game maps are not done yet. We're just gonna pull it out to see how well it does. Alright, Adam, being as how you're trying to do it as an impossible mode, what tires are you thinking? Are you thinking just whatever tires it comes with, or highway tires? Alright, get away from me. Crane is $32K and you can't earn it in Michigan, so you need to travel to the Glades, get that Tega to earn enough. Tamir and Glads and British Columbia all have Tegas. Alright, so just in case. Great! It's always a good idea to have a surplus of water. 820 XP, 7,100 cash. Holy cow, I didn't think it was that far down, but... Oh, that's because this is all alphabetical, isn't it? S... Really? Where the heck is the Tega? Is Tega heavy duty? Or off-road? Off-road? Okay. So I'm going to have to travel elsewhere to get it, but... I thought they removed the region lock on those, though. On the trucks. That's kind of... Well, that's weird. Sure it's an off-road? Because I'm not seeing it in here. Oh, you know why? Because that... Duh! Yeah, not available in North America. Okay, well, let's do this. Wrong button. I want this button. And... yeah, you're heavy, silly. Silly human. Yeah, but I already got that one all pimped out, so... And you can never have too many Tegas, right? There we go. All right. And now we will head back to Washington. And move to the garage. So again, what kind of tires are you thinking? Just what it comes with, or highways or something? Well, what do we got on it? It's got highways on it to begin with, so that's the way it comes. It comes with highways, baby gear, baby there, balanced, stock suspension, stock winch. All right, well, let's throw a saddle on here and go after a fuel trailer. There we go. Base game, Tega. No crane because we can't afford one, theoretically. Didn't even give it the paint job. We just threw the saddle on there and rolled. We threw the saddle on there and rolled in the wrong direction. This is the fuel trailer that's at the sawmill. still annoys me that they put a GPS unit inside the Tega and it doesn't work. They should have put like a mini map on it. Woo. That's bothered me right from the day one. Why they would put a GPS unit in here and not have it turn on. Yeah, testing something where it would be stock. Use the bobblehead radar mod when you're messing around so most trucks can have one. Alright, here we go. Yeah, the real test. This is where the real test begins. None of that extended winch stuff or anything on here. No visible winch points because it can't reach anything. Oop, I got some. All radar has not worked for you in years. Yeah, I've used the bobblehead radar. Tried using the bobblehead seismic vibrator thing, which it gives you the countdown to where you got to be at. but I never found a way to activate it when you get there. Well, we got here. OCD about the fog and didn't want on any of the maps. I get it. I definitely understand that one. Evening, Sergey. So we're doing a test right now, Sergey. Stock Tega. Nothing done to it. Threw a saddle on it and rolled with it to see if a stock Tega can handle Washington. But why? We're testing it for Adams, trying to think about doing an impossible playthrough, impossible mode, and we're just testing to see if the Tega would be a viable truck for his impossible mode. Have more confidence now that have weight on the wheels. So I'm just assuming that you've been fairly busy with work here recently. You've been kind of MIA. What are the rules for the impossible playthrough? Ah, there's a good question. That and the Ghost of Yote. So, did you play Ghost of Tsushima? Highest cost, lowest payouts, no selling trucks or upgrades. So, okay, I've heard rumors that Ghost of Yote is basically exactly the same thing as Ghost of Tsushima. 300 plus hours, that's a lot of time. Well, we made it to the sawmill and back anyhow. And we made it to the sawmill with no weight on the rear wheels of highway tires. Not too far. Combat's much better. Different main story. The story's not as good. Didn't like it as much as the first one. Considering Tsushima, because it's on PC. Yeah, I watched guy Trevor Martin. He's doing Ghost of Yote right now. He did Ghost of Tsushima. It was a really good, it looked really good. It's not the kind of game that I'm into playing, but I do enjoy seeing other people play games like that. Oof. So, there's a clarification. Highway tires on the highway still lose grip. Yeah, I was watching Neighbor this morning for a little bit. And then the boss man came out into the break room and said, "Hey, can you start early?" I'm like, well, I guess. However, he was really just asking me to start early because normally I work on the weekends, and he's not planning on us working this weekend because of it's his anniversary, and he's finally going to actually do something with his wife for his anniversary. Gotta say, you can't knock the Tega. Didn't even have to drop it down into low to reduce the wheel spin on that. It's turning into the might be possible mode. You can do it. You can do it all night. Giving PTS Roadcraft server a try. Yeah, one of the things that they put it back on the PTS for was to see if they got rid of the stuttering problem. At least that was according to the announcement that was last week. Yeah, I'd love to get back into it, but again, it's not very good of a stream when it's stuttering for me every 5 minutes, and for you, you kept having to restart your computer or restart the game every 5 minutes. Tends to take a lot of the enjoyment out of it. It's been so long. Started considering Snowrunner. Evil Gaming, how you doing? All right, Adam, when we get in here, we'll take some more of the off-road routes just to go on with the challenge. Because obviously driving pavement the whole way is not going to do it. How am I doing? I'm doing good myself. Thank you for asking. All right, so now this is... Where's the helipad at? The helipad's over here. So instead of following the highway all the way around and coming up over here somewhere, we are going to turn off here. Go across the water, up the hill, all right. Let me fix the time of day here. Start this bright and early in the morning. Please be almost done. I'm so unhappy we have to put off co-op this. Well, worse things have been known to happen. I mean, if by almost done you mean I am above 55%, so... I gotta say, man, for highway tires, I'm impressed. How far am I in the game? I have 100%ed every region but this one so far. And last I looked, I was at 56% in this region. I'm probably at 57 now because I completed another contract. Tank has been OP for 5 years now. He's 100% on the first 3/4 of the maps, then he started again. It's funny how a restart will do that to you. I mean, with that many axles, that's a lot of trailer to drag through the mud. Oh, you meant the first 3 or 4 maps? That's all right. Three or 4, 3/4, same thing, right? Trying to play the game and you're true. Oof. No race suspension. She hit her chin on everything. Ah, I knew that was coming. All right. Here's our water crossing. Happy 200? I hit 200? All right. Thank you, guys. Appreciate y'all. Platinum the game. Dangerous water level. Knew that was coming with no snorkel. All right. Come on, little Tega. Don't let this be where you get stuck. Good thing I got fuel available, huh? Fairly certain our problem we're having here is ground clearance. Can I get the back of the trailer over a little bit? Maybe if I get the back of the trailer over some. Alright, well, she's not liking the rocks. Let's see what happens if we try going this way. Okay, we climb the hill. If we can't take the rocks, try to take the hill. Alright, let's see. Gotta check out my waypoints, make sure I'm not messing myself up on that. Alright, alright. There's gonna be a little bit of a drop there. Thank you, sir. Nice driving. Thank you. Thank you. Do I use mods? I tried not to use mods. And the only one that I currently have, other than some trailers, is the Kikimore. That's the Mr. Bus's 73210 Kikimore. And I have that one simply because it has the front end lifting suspension. So where the 73210 has a bad habit of slamming the nose into the ground, with the front end lifting suspension, it keeps that nose from slamming into the ground. What am I hitting? I'm hitting that rock. What truck is this? This is a Tega. What's the numbers on this Tega? Hang on. It is the 6436 Tega. There's another one which is the 6455B, which is like an older model of the truck. Alright, we're gonna need a winch. Yeah, kind of knew that one was coming. What about you? You gonna hang on long enough? Oof. Yeah, back of the trailer's catching. Come on. There you go. Alright, come on, Tega. Don't get this close and then decide you don't want to go any further. That would just be embarrassing. Alright, one more little top off before we ditch the trailer. Stage complete. Well, Adam, I would definitely say that it is doable. I think Tatega would definitely handle a job. I mean, right there, base truck, stock gearbox, stock engine, stock suspension, stock tires, no snorkel, stock winch. Can't beat it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and end the stream there. If you like what you see, hit that like button. If you really like what you see, feel free to share, comment. If you haven't already, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know when I go live. And again, I thank all of you for helping me to hit 200. And let's see if we can keep this ball rolling. And with that, we will see you next time.